This is the very first video I'm making about the project of creating a model railway at home. The board with the layout, which I was describing in a previous blog post, is still resting in the corner of my room, and it's gonna be there for quite a while because, as I found out in the past couple of days, things are complex. Things have changed ever since I was a child, and creating a model railway was my dream. Everything became digital. Things became much more serious, and so I guess this is going to be a quite long project, but it's perfectly okay. It's a hobby, and the deeper I dig, more I love doing what I do. So as a first step, I wanted to figure out the way of controlling the turnouts. So after getting the half ready-made board with the layout, I made sure I got all the tracks. I decided to go for Minitrix out of several options, and what you see here is a combination of a Minitrix turnout and also a little electromagnetic mechanism to control that turnout. The rest of the layout is composed out of an Arduino microcontroller, which is resting approximately here in this video, a few prototyping boards too, and a set of relays. Now, while I was trying to figure out how to control the turnouts, I came across the Arduino platform. Arduino platform seems to be known to the entire world, except me. I had no idea about it. Arduino is an open source hardware platform with which we can create digital devices. The way it works is that you write a little program or complex program in C, you compile it on a computer on any platform you wish, and then by USB interface you upload that compiled binary to your EEPROM on Arduino, and Arduino has a processor and everything else that it needs to execute that binary. Now, one of the features of Arduino is that you have control over a set of digital or analog pins. You can program them in input or output mode, so you can send the signal out. For instance, in this particular case, I wanted to add a set of two lights to indicate the state of the turnout, or you can receive the input. In this particular case, I have here a little switch in which I'd like to be flipping the turnout from one state to another. Great. While I was working on this, I found out that the voltage which is on the output pins will per definition not be enough to power this electromagnetic mechanism to switch the turnout. A little bit of a remark about the Minitrix product, which is otherwise absolutely perfect and very, very well built, was that it didn't come with any description or schematics as to what voltage is expected by this mechanism to safely switch the turnout. Just by doing some experiments, I found out that approximately 14 volts should be enough. So here I have an external power source. I set it to 14 volts, and I'm going to be using this Arduino microcontroller to control the relays, and those relays will be switching on and off those 14 volts coming from external power supply into the electromagnetic little device, which is going to be then in turn controlling the turnout. The setup looks a little bit messy and perhaps a little bit busy, but in fact this is an extremely simple schematic. I will post the schema of the setup on the blog. As you can also see, I'm not powering the Arduino microcontroller from the computer anymore. The USB connection from the computer is disconnected. Instead, I'm using this 9 volts power cell to control the microcontroller. Yeah, so if everything went okay, we should be able to control the switch, the turnout. So when I press the switch here, the turnout should change its state, and also the LED lights indicating the state of the turnout should be flipping from one to another with a little bit of a blinking, so that it would be visually communicated to the one who controls the switches that the change of the direction of the turnout is imminent. So let's see. Yes, this seems to be working. Okay, so very simple setup. I will post the program and the schematics on it on the blog, and this seems to be the basis for controlling the switches on the layout. Of course, this needs to be sorted out. We will need to make a little box or a board with a nice layout of switches, etc., etc. But as a prototype, this is showing us that this seems to be the correct way to go for now.